The stars were queuing up for this super sleuth show. Welcome to Watch Mojo UK, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 5 Sherlock cameos and guest stars.
Put the gun down, it's okay.
No, I know what I am!
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we've looked at standout cameos or notable appearances from the hit BBC series.
Lovely.
Number 5, Wanda Ventham and Timothy Carlton. When the show's creators needed to cast parents for Sherlock and Mycroft, it became quite a quick and easy job, given that they need look no further than Benedict Cumberbatch's real-life mum and dad.
He's always losing things down the back of the sofa, aren't you, dear?
Afraid so.
Oh.
Wanda Ventham and Timothy Carlton are actually reasonably well-known actors themselves, although their fame falls a little short of their sons, but they seem the perfect pair to play Mr. and Mrs. Holmes.
Are you two smoking?
No.
Their sweet disposition doesn't exactly match the frantic feeling that follows their on-screen offspring around, but that just makes them even better characters, central to some especially memorable scenes.
She worries.
Promise.
Promise.
I forgot.
Number 4, Darren Brown. It was easy to miss the famous illusionist when he appeared early on in the Season 3 opener as part of one of Sherlock's supposed death scenarios. The ever-suspicious Anderson just doesn't believe that Sherlock really did die after the events of the Reichenbach fall, and one explanation he gives for the fakery is that Derren Brown hypnotized John into believing it.
John, look at me, and sleep.
In fairness, the theory is probably one of the more feasible ways that events could have played out, given Brown's real-world fame for achieving the impossible.
3, 2, 1, 0.
Number 3, Alfred Enik. Probably best known for his role as Dean Thomas in the Harry Potter film series, Alfred also has an episode of Sherlock stored away in his back catalogue.
But I think someone's stalking me. I'm used to tourists, it's part of the job. This is different.
Playing guardsman Stephen Bainbridge in The Sign of 3, he's central to a long-winded anecdote by Holmes delivered during the best man speech on John's wedding day. His character calls Sherlock to help with a stalker, but as with every other case he takes on, nothing is quite as it seems.
Bainbridge!
The mystery is apparently unsolvable at first, but then Sherlock is struck by a moment of inspiration, and Stephen Bainbridge's death finally makes sense.
Apologies for earlier, a crisis arose and was dealt with.
Number 2, Paul Weller. This really was a blink and you'll miss it cameo, but we know it happened because Paul Weller himself confirmed it. As the third and final episode in Season 4, the final problem sees Sherlock, Watson, and Mycroft become embroiled in an elaborate and dangerous game, presided over by Sherlock and Mycroft's sister, Eurus.
I need to know how you got out of here.
You know already. Look at me. Look and play.
Though a divisive storyline with fans and critics, Weller's fleeting role doesn't come until a montage right at the end, which sees the Jam frontman dressed as a Viking as John administers first aid. Now that really is entertainment.
When life gets too strange, too impossible, too frightening, there is always one last hope.
Number 1, Katherine Parkinson. Playing sly journalist Kitty Riley, comedy actress Katherine Parkinson shows up in a bathroom in the Reichenbach Fall.
I read your cases, follow them all. Sign my shirt, would you?
As you've likely already deduced, Parkinson also plays Jen in The IT Crowd, and there are some similarities between that character and this. Namely, both are willing to lie to get what they want, as in Jen's over-embellished CV and Kitty's dressing up as a Sherlock superfan to snag an interview with the master mystery solver.
Wow, I'm liking you.
You mean I'd make a great feature, Sherlock Holmes, the man beneath the hat.
This scene is arguably one of the best in the entire series though, leading to fans frequently calling for Kitty's return to the show.
You repel me.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.